Welcome everyone, and thank you for tuning in to hear my trading and market updates. This is Uncle Frank, and I'm not a financial advisor, nor is any of the content to be construed as financial advice. This channel is for entertainment purposes only. Please remember to hit the like button if you enjoyed the presentation, and be sure to subscribe to the channel so you're alerted when I have new information to share. So now let's get into the latest updates. Hey, welcome back everyone. AMC closed at 375 today, up 1.9%, building on yesterday's gain on volume of 54.6 million compared to our average volume over the past 3 months of 28 million. APE closed at 212, up 0.47%, bringing the combined price of AMC and APE to 587, up 1.38% on 88.1 million shares traded. Now, after hours, we're giving the gains back. We're barcoding. The algo is walking the price down. At the time of this recording at 370, down 5 cents or 1.33%. Now, most of the ape community is talking about the legal aspects of the play. I want to talk about something else. From CNBC, UBS, or the Union Bank of Switzerland, to pay $1.4 billion over fraud in residential mortgage-backed securities. Key points from the article: UBS will pay a $1.4 billion settlement over legacy misconduct related to the bank's offer and sale of residential mortgage-backed securities, federal prosecutors said. It's the final case bought by prosecutors over misconduct by the big banks. The Justice Department alleged that the banks knew the mortgages underneath the securities were problematic or non-compliant, but sold them anyway. Many of you know that UBS was forced to buy AMC nemesis Credit Suisse when they imploded. Many apes will remember that Credit Suisse was a notorious short seller of AMC, had a sell recommendation on our stock, and a price target of only 95 cents. The apes rejoiced when the 167-year-old Swiss bank collapsed, and of course, their chairman blamed retail investors. What some apes may not know is Morgan Stanley and another bank were in there lending money to Credit Suisse before it collapsed. I found it interesting to learn that on June 30th of this year, Morgan Stanley increased its ownership position of AMC by over 231%. And as my listeners well know, Adam Aron, his entire management team, and the board of directors haven't bought a single share of AMC in over 5 years, but rather sold $1.055 billion worth of our stock over the same time window. Now, before you jump in my chat and tell me, hey, that's how they're paid in stock. No. In 2020, the year of the pandemic, a part of which our theaters were actually closed, a year where the number of our movie releases were cut by more than 50%, a year where box office revenue dropped by over 81%, Adam Aron was paid a base salary of $1.1 million. He was then given a $5 million non-stock cash bonus. And then we added $14.8 million as a stock award. Hashtag choke on that. Anyway, I think it's important that you know Adam Aron, his entire management team, and the entire board of directors own less than 0.5% of the company. In fact, it's 0.3%. But Morgan Stanley now owns 9.6 times more than all the AMC insiders combined do at 2.9%. So do you still think Adam Aaron is the shot caller in the room? Okay, have it your way. I'm sure the former CEO of Norwegian Cruise Lines came up with this scheme, but let's review it anyway. The plan in a nutshell was to rig a shareholder vote, convert APE into AMC Common, mass dilute, culminating with a 10-for-1 reverse stock split, all without a mandatory shareholder meeting or a separate vote for AMC legacy shareholders. This is the team that actually got the company into these lawsuits, just as we have turned profitable and cost us $130 million so far. It looks like more suits are forthcoming, in my opinion. But let's start at the top. Philip Lader, leader of our board of directors, a man Adam went out of his way to add to the APE pricing committee, who is senior advisor to Morgan Stanley Institutional Trading, a company that now owns more than 9 times what Adam, his entire team, and entire board own, who we now know was loaning billions to Credit Suisse when they were taking the pipe. As you well know, this guy has a daughter in senior management at Uniswap, where tokenized AMC was found to be trading. Then we move to Citi, our own investment banker that appears on our list of active short sellers, the actual underwriter of APE, our preferred stock, also known as the Pounce, that has fallen from $10 a share to as low as 65 cents, where we sold it to this parasite, Himanshu Gulati of Antara Capital, to rig the vote and make a fortune in the process. This company also appears on our list of short sellers and is having some legal problems of its own now. So this is the team that Bigham's, Boss Blunt's, Phil For Real, and the remaining Yes voters and Adam fanboys trust with the future of our company. What could possibly go wrong? But in this episode, I wanted to focus on Derek Van Zandt, the author of our pain and our man from Citi, a company that not only shorts AMC, but last month reissued a sell recommendation on us with a price target of $1.65. Thanks, Citi. Not much faith in your investment banking team, it would appear. But they have all the faith of the remaining Yes voters for some reason. Now, Derek's got one hell of a bio. He's the head of media investment banking for the North American region at Citi. He covers companies in numerous media subsectors, including cable, entertainment, video games, publishing, and last but not least, theaters. He provides M&A and capital raising advice. That's what we want to talk about, Derek, your advice. Past advisory assignments include AMC's creation and distribution of its preferred equity security, APE. That's right, AMC's preferred shares, APE, the Pounce. Do you remember how well that distribution went? And it's been going well so far. Derek's other assignments include Disney's merger with Fox, Disney's sale of its 39% interest in Sky, AMC's sale of its interest in NCMI, AMC's acquisition of Nordic Cinema Group and Odeon UCI, AMC's merger with Carmike, Comcast reclassification of its Class A special common stock, and the sale of AMC to Dalian Wanda. Yeah, we got some litigation out of that sale as well. My big question for Derek is, are you the guy that hooked us up with Antara Capital? Are you behind this ridiculous voting scheme? Do we have you to thank for all this litigation? It would explain why your own company is short AMC and thinks we're only worth $1.65. And yes, it's official. We are still on the list of threshold securities, and Adam Aaron must be exhausted from hammering the exchange and FINRA with phone calls. This is final proof that this guy will do nothing to help the shareholders and will only do what he's told. I never said that he wants the company to perform poorly. No, He wants the company to do well. He is in no position to tell these people what to do. There's no upside in it for him to be a shareholder activist CEO. He is not going to take on all the primes and all the regulators just to help us out. He's already sold, so put it out of your mind. The reverse split is a perfect example. It would only be useful if we were facing delisting from the exchange. It benefits no one but our enemies, and he can't give you one good reason why we should do it. He's just insisting that we do it. I sincerely hope one of the legal actions stops it or delays it indefinitely. Better still, if a white or black swan flies right in the middle of all this before they pull the trigger, there won't even be one. I want the yes voters to know the CUSIP change isn't going to work, and it's for one simple reason. Our enemies cheat, and they're all working together to get out of this mess that they put themselves in. They're not afraid of the conversion split. We telegraphed it. They are ready for it. They are counting on it. And two of our short sellers from our own boardroom helped design it. To be perfectly honest, it is made to order for the occasion. If I were a predatory short hedge fund and I was over my skis on a short trade, let me tell you what I'd want. I'd want you to convert APE into AMC. Then I would have millions of freshly minted AMC to cover with. APE goes from being a like security to a real locate. I would want you to mass dilute as opposed to a little at a time to put more downward pressure on the stock so I could buy it cheaper. Then I would love a reverse split so I could cover for pennies on the dollar after I drive it down again. And the best part is the reverse split would conceal my crime by eliminating synthetic shares. At the time of this recording, I see 35,000 shares available this morning at 879% cost to borrow. It's my theory that ever since they took away the buy button at Robinhood, the SEC has been helping the predatory short hedge funds, but more specifically the prime brokers, get out of their trade and will continue to do so during and after the conversion split. They are protecting the prime brokers that have loaned out billions of shares. They are protecting the hedgies, and they're protecting the clearing firms. I can't prove it, but it looks like every time shares are needed to help the shorts, someone calls Gary and asks him to ask Vanguard or BlackRock to make the shares available. But Uncle Frank, where are you getting the basis for your theory? That's easy. Go read this article, SEC Chair Caught in Citadel Market Manipulation Scandal. You won't find it in the financial media. You're going to have to dig. From the article, SEC Chair Gary Gensler is facing market manipulation accusations by none other than Citadel Securities and Citadel Market Maker. He is alleged to have shorted crypto-focused stocks like AMC Theaters and GameStop via Vanguard Group and BlackRock. There's my basis. And you can tell by the headlines, the government, the Fed, and the predatory short hedge funds are begging for a crash. They want the market down. COVID bad news is just weeks away. Scientist issues warning as new variant hits Europe. Bitcoin falls. Why panic or euphoria may disrupt recent crypto calm. They want it down. They want capitulation. And it would seem Michael Burry of Big Short fame agrees with me. He just bet $1.6 billion on a stock market crash. This tweet from Skylar Roundtree typifies why I don't believe the shorts have covered yet, and I will continue to buy until they cover in earnest. AMC accounts for less than 0.000025% of the total market capitalization of all publicly traded companies in the U.S., but while at the exact same time accounts for over 10% of the entire industry's revenue from lending securities. I also have a theory that we were never supposed to see this Barbenheimer season where AMC is in a strong recovery phase. I think Adam and the board and our investment bankers and the predatory short hedge funds all wanted this buttoned up way before now. Okay, they wanted the conversion, the reverse split, mass dilution, okay, and leave us with a zombie company. And now I don't think Adam Aaron wants us to see our third quarter results. Look how good the second quarter was. Yesterday, we announced Q2 2023 earnings, AMC's strongest quarter in 4 full years, record setting, adjusted EBITDA of $182.5 million, up 71% over Q2 of 2022, and July 2023 was the biggest revenue month in AMC's entire 103-year history. Thank you, Barbenheimer. Yeah, we were never supposed to see these headlines. For my closing comment, I'll give you this headline. Deflation could soon hit the U.S. as real estate and stock prices are at a risk of crashing, economist says. The S&P 500 has rallied 16% from the start of the year and now risks being dangerously overpriced. Now, I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. I will never tell you to buy, sell, or hold any security or cryptocurrency. For myself, I am still holding AMC. I am still buying on the dips. I will not sell until the predatory short hedge funds cover in earnest. I don't care how long it takes. Hey, I want to thank you for watching, and please remember to hit the like button after this slide if you enjoyed the presentation. Subscribe to the channel and set the alert so you're notified when I have new information to share. See you at the bell.